I am a fan of the Elder Scrolls series, and I only played Skyrim, which is the Elder Scrolls 5. Never played Elder Scrolls Oblivion, never played Morrowind, never played Daggerfall, or the original game. Well, I might as well play the original game because you can download the first two Elder Scrolls, Arena and Daggerfall off from Bethesda's net launcher easily. They have other games in their library which you have to pay for. You can download mods and other cool features for Bethesda games. I downloaded the app on my PC and decided to play the original Elder Scrolls. It's technically more interesting that I only played a shit ton of Skyrim on the PS4 and never finished the main quest. Just did a bunch of quests and I was done, just with most open world 100-hour long RPGs I played. Elder Scrolls V Skyrim sold 30 million units total on all platforms the game was released on. Elder Scrolls Arena sold only 1 million, which was released on floppy disks, and the game eventually came out on a CD-ROM disc, which added voice acting, full motion video cutscenes, and CD quality music. Other than that, they are the same game. Physical copies of the game are really hard to come by, and my laptop doesn't have a disk drive. That's okay because I downloaded it from Bethesda's net launcher. You should try it because you can download mods for Skyrim and other cool stuff. I don't know how Elder Scrolls managed to spawn a franchise and had a game almost 17 years later that was popular in gaming and that had one of the most iconic theme songs in gaming. Alright, let's play the game. The first bit of the game starts with a map of Tamriel. I picked Skyrim because that's a game I am more familiar with. After that, I ended up as a blonde guy and I named myself Jesus. Just like with every Elder Scrolls game, you start this game as a prisoner. All you have got is your fist and the key is in your cell. Pretty good security right there. Then I opened the door and found a bag of gold and found this Samus cleavage lady and I killed her with my fist. In combat, to attack, you must swing the mouse while holding left click rather than just pressing left click. Kind of like swinging a Wii remote and a nunchuck like an idiot, but it's on PC. After I killed that lady, I got all of her armor and I got a sword now. Swinging the mouse to swing your sword isn't as bad as you might think because I can get used to those controls and I think you can too. Then I died and I didn't save the game. Yes, it's a DOS game, so there are no autosaves. You have to save the game and you can name the save points whatever you please. I started a new character. Now I am a Dark Elf Mage. I am Dark Elf Mage Jesus. I think it's pretty lazy that the fists are the same for every species you choose. All of them are human fists. Speaking of choosing a species, the way you choose your species is by choosing a country in the game. And if you pick Morrowind, then you are a Dark Elf. If you pick Skyrim, then you are a Nord. Why not a select screen like fighting games at that time or something, I don't know. After wandering around slicing some goblins, I found a portal. I entered through the portal and I got asked what is the cost to levitate is. I just wrote something random and the screen went black. Then when I got to the portal again, the game asked, what is the cure for poison? So I looked it up on my phone and I typed in the answer. Why the fuck are you asking me that? You have to look in the manual to see how much the spell costs or whatever random question the game asks. Imagine if you bought the CD game used at a thrift store without the case and you have no internet and there is no manual. Well, the reason why the game asks random questions like that is because this game has some sort of copy protection. I don't know. Then I ended up in a village where it was snowing cocaine, was wandering around, found a blacksmith, slept in a hotel, hooked up with some woman. Then I wondered, what was I supposed to do? Might ask some random guys for some quests. I asked this bartender for some work and the quest didn't appear in the quest journal. So I looked up what I was supposed to do. I am supposed to go to Hammerfall and go to Rhyhad first. I was wandering around like an idiot in a village talking to some villagers before, and how am I supposed to know where to go? The quest isn't automatically in my quest journal. What's the story in Elder Scrolls Arena, the very first Elder Scrolls? Your main goal is to collect 8 pieces of the Staff of Chaos. Pretty creative name. And fight against the evil Jagar Tharn. Your mentor is Rhea Silmain, who is Tharn's ex-apprentice. So this game is a lot different than the more popular Elder Scrolls games. Arena is a lot more straightforward game, like a Zelda game, so there isn't a morality system like there is in Skyrim, where you can join the Stormcloaks or the Empire, for example. Here is the best part. The game takes place in the continent of Tamriel. Yes, the whole continent. You can explore Skyrim, Morrowind, and Somerset Isles in one game. That sounds awesome! It makes the other games look like shit. Alright, that sounds too controversial. I hadn't spoken to the Queen of Rhyhad and I got sent on a mission. It really took some time to figure out how to get around towns in this game. It was so much easier to get around towns in Skyrim. Why? Because doors were labeled on the map, so if you want to get to a bar to get drunk, you have to wander around like an idiot. I would like to explain that the frame rate in this game is not good. Sometimes the game runs fine, but other times the game runs like a picture book. The software that I use to record is Streamlabs. When I record gameplay footage, the game lags a bit from time to time. When I play the game when I am not recording, the game runs fine most of the time. Alright, here are some ways to get around towns in this game. You can talk to NPCs and ask them where certain shops are. They will tell you if it is north or south or southeast or whatever, and it can really help you out. You can also write down where certain locations are on the map, which can help. Some NPCs are nice enough to put locations of stores on the map, which really can help. The first dungeon is Stone Keep, and it's not really far from Rhyhad from where I am at right now. So I decided to go to Stone Keep by foot. I ran around and went swimming, and then I found a dungeon. Handled myself well and fought some Godzilla monsters, goblins, and other people. Then I got my ass kicked and I got lost. Then I realized that I had to fast travel to get to Stone Keep. Oh, I'm such a dumbass. Alright, for real this time, I made it to Stone Keep. This isn't my first time at Stone Keep with the footage you see right now. Probably because I didn't record this because of the shit frame rate while recording, and I want to make it far enough in the game for me to review. Seemed to be a pretty easy place at first. Fought a few rats and goblins and then wolves. The wolves are pretty tough, but I eventually got a hang of them, so this won't be bad. Oh Jesus Christ, spiders! Spiders are one of humanity's greatest enemies and nature's most terrifying creatures. You may be wondering, I'm not afraid of a little spider. A little spider, maybe. But if it's a giant Lord of the Rings spider, then get the hell out of here. In Skyrim, spiders are not that scary. They can be startling, but other than that, they are easy to deal with. but in the first game, they are so tough. I got paralyzed and I can't move an inch, and spiders take so many hits to kill. I was afraid of spiders when I was a kid, and this freaking game made me arachnophobic again. There is a way around that though. I got him alright. No more spiders. I think they're all gone. No! Get away from me, spider! Go to hell, spiders! Go to hell, spiders! Go to hell, spider! Then I got stuck. My stamina was really low, so when I tried to swim and get in the water, I die. Instead of an air meter, like in later games, because going up and down didn't exist in 3D games yet, the stamina bar limits how much you can swim. Luckily, I wasn't supposed to be where the spiders were. I was looking at a walkthrough to help me conquer my fear, and I realized I was supposed to enter the other door through this dining room. I was supposed to enter through this key. The spiders were pretty strong, and I needed to get some loot, so I went back to the dungeon that I thought was Stonekeep, went back slaughtering rats, and gained some experience points, and I got some gold. Then I went to the Mage Guild and bought some potions and some spells. There are two spells that are with you right when you start the game, the Light Heal and the Fireball. You just select your spell and hit Light Heal, then boom, you heal yourself and cost your Magicka meter. Then here is the Fireball. You select your Fireball and you aim with your mouse and then Fireball! I went to the guild and bought two spells. Spell number 1. I bought a light spell which lights up dark places and makes the draw distance a little better. Spell number 2 is probably the best spell in the game. Levitating! Whee! So long, cocksuckers! Oh. What the fuck? I thought you can go crazy and keep shooting arrows because you get unlimited arrows, but nope, your bow breaks when you use it too much. The frame rate is starting to be screwing me over, and they are spiders, and they are so terrifying. I can't believe I am freaked out by a game that came out in 1994, the same year as Pulp Fiction, Forrest Gump, Sonic 3, Donkey Kong Country. I have to record the game so I can review this game, and when I record this game, I have to deal with the frame rate. Alright, I am going to cheat, so I looked up a map on Google Images, and there was a shortcut. Fought some demons that looked like Monsters Inc. characters, and found the scroll. I returned to the Queen, and I got the location of Fang Lair. Fang Lair is a dwarf kingdom where all the dwarfs are dead and is taken over by goblins, skeletons, and spiders. In the Elder Scrolls lore, dwarves had gone extinct. This may be a hard dungeon in the game, but it is not. It's actually a pretty easy dungeon if you know what you are doing. You can go down crawling down a mine under the whole lair, crawling under everything like Solid Snake. Also dealt with shit enemy placement. I am supposed to crawl out here, right? Well, there's a fucking cow yellow Satan in the way. That's shit enemy placement, and you are a cruel dick burger. Even if Fang Lair was easy, I still looked up a route so I can go straight to the piece of the Staff of Chaos. After crawling around under a mine shaft, I found a prison filled with spiders. Then there is this password door. I have to answer which cell has the key inside, and the cell with the key inside is cell 2. If I answer the wrong cell number, then the spiders will come out. Then I went down to the basement of Fang Lair. Fang Lair is a pretty easy dungeon, but this is when the dungeon gets hard. I fought some skeletons, and then I found this door where I have to answer a riddle correctly in order to open the door. Then a hellhound came and shot fireballs at me. They killed me in 1 or 2 shots. Okay, why put an overpowered enemy this early in the game? There are barely any side quests in this game, and I can go back to the other dungeon I was earlier, but it will be a pain in the dick to get back out. You know what? I give up. I shouldn't shit on this game too hard because it is a completely new kind of game for its time. For a game that came out in 1994, the game is really long. The game is over 40 hours long. I am not going to torch the game. I am going to respect my elders and respect that it is the first game in one of my favorite video game franchises. I personally don't recommend this game as your first Elder Scrolls game. The frame rate isn't good, it's cryptic, clunky, and has questionable design choices. It wasn't easy recording the game because the frame rate can get really bad when recording. I really like the atmosphere in this game, and this was the only game in the Elder Scrolls series that allows you to explore the whole continent of Tamriel until Elder Scrolls Online, but the game slowly was getting updates in DLC until you can explore Tamriel, so it will be a pain. Will I like a modern remake of this game? Absolutely. This is one of those games I will like a modern remake on newer consoles. Not just improving the graphics, but improving some of the level design and making the game more modern for the PS5 and Xbox Series X generation. Even when I was in the first dungeon, I was really starting to get tired of this game. I thought that after I beat the first dungeon, Stonekeep, that I would be done recording, but that won't be a very long video, so I pressed on. I get that people who are fans of the Elder Scrolls enjoy the game and are nostalgic for it. If you are used to the game and gotten far in the game, then that is perfectly fine. It is your opinion, so like whatever you like. I make videos based on my personal opinions and experiences. I don't judge movies and video games based on review scores or what everyone else says. I am not that kind of YouTuber. Alright, I am sorry I got off topic there. I just don't think this game aged all that well. I just did not get into this game like I did with Skyrim. I just would much rather just have the game and just figure everything out if I'm patient. Elder Scrolls Arena came out at a time before Bethesda was really a well-known game developer. I still respect this game for helping Bethesda become that it is known today. Before this, Bethesda made Home Alone on NES. Remember that? Later, Daggerfall came out and sold a lot better. This game doesn't cost any money to play because you can download the first two Elder Scrolls games off of Bethesda's net launcher. All you have to do is download the app from Bethesda's website, then create an account, and boom, you can download the first two Elder Scrolls games. If you are an Elder Scrolls fan, then you should check this game out. If you are not an Elder Scrolls fan, then you can stay away from this game. Just play the later Elder Scrolls games. Play Daggerfall, play Morrowind, play Oblivion. The sequels to this game basically rendered this game obsolete. This game made me arachnophobic again. Thanks a lot, game that came out in the 90s. It is so embarrassing that I am so freaked out over a 1990s DOS game. So if I have to conquer my fear, my arachnophobia, I have to uninstall the game.